How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Fallout 76 video guide. Today we're going to be covering on how to transfer. Now the purpose of transferring is to help you free up some clutter and also give you a little extra space for those who do not have access to Fallout First, because you can then use these methods to store items on characters that you don't really play, but you basically use them as just open storage. Now real quick, this is for newer players and players who may not have known, so if you do know about this, very cool. Let's get right to it. Now, one thing about transferring is I do recommend having all of your characters that you're going to use as mules or extra storage for your stuff at a dedicated location. I like the Purveyor because it has everything that I need, also a place that I can put my tent. With that in place, the first method is storing inside of a private server. Now, when you want to store items, I recommend putting it into containers that have the 0 out of 0 carry weight. The reason why is because it is technically an unlimited storage. Now, there are some containers out there that do have a pound limit. I do not recommend those because, well, it limits you. Now, when it comes to dropping items, you can do that. You can drop all of your stuff on the ground, but it's very, very sketchy because if something goes wrong, you could lose all of those items, and if it's too much carry weight, you will not be able to pick up the bag even with reduced weight. I've dropped something with over 2,000 pounds of items, and even with carry weight perks and armor pieces, full sets and such, I was not able to grab it. But anywho, back on topic, we put an item inside of the icebox, we switched to another character, and carefully went back to our private server. Now, the reason why I say carefully is because sometimes if you work fast like I do, sometimes you might pop into a public server and lose everything. But as you can see, once we load up, we'll head on over to the icebox and bam, there is the item. Now for this method, I'm going to be using a second account. This method will work for if you or your alt account or you and your friend do not have Fallout First. You can go into a public server and transfer, but it's a lot safer if one of you have Fallout First to use. Now, the safest way to transfer is using a friend or second account because you can give them the items and then they can give the items back to you. Or if you're using an entirely different account to use as a storage, you can just give it to them and then bam, you are done. When it comes to using a friend or transferring it back to your main account, what you do is you give the item to your friend or your second account, they hold on to it, you switch characters, come back, and they'll give that stuff back to you. In this method, I'm using the icebox from the Rusty Pick by storing a bunch of items, and I wasn't kind of thinking any of this recording through because I only have one Xbox controller, and I was using cloud gaming. So what you're seeing right now is me technically switching, unplugging my controller, plugging it into my computer, getting my second account running to grab the items inside of the icebox, and then I'll be unplugging that and moving it back in to, you know, really not show anything, but to just kind of show you that my other account grabbed it. It's confusing, it's a lot, I know, but it's what we have to do to get around in these wastelands, man. Now for this method, it's going to be very, very sketchy. This is a 100% use at your own risk. I take no responsibility. I'm just providing the information, so please do not shoot the messenger. Now for this method, you want to be in a public team. That is the key thing to this. Now once you drop your items or whatever, and if you're doing this completely solo, what you want to do is force close your game. This method does work for Xbox, PC, and PlayStation, because once you load up, since you're not technically leaving the team, you should be able to get back into the main menu, and as long as you didn't crash out of the team while you were closing the game, or hopefully the team doesn't end up kicking you, you'll see the play with team option at the top. If you see that, quickly switch your characters and join in, because once you click that button or press that button, you will now be able to get back into the same server that you were once in to grab the items that you transferred. But now that you're loaded back in, that's not the only thing you have to worry about. Depending on when you or where you are located in transferring, if it has a lot of traffic going in and out of the spot, it's very possible that someone may stumble upon your items and pick it up. But we're lucky enough to find our short hunting rifle here, which is a very low value item, so if someone found it, probably no one will take it. Now the next public server transfer. This one is the absolute worst, and I do not recommend doing this unless you absolutely have to. Like, none of my friends are online, no one is playing 76, or there's no teams or anything like that. What you want to do is find someone in the recent tab. This will only work for Xbox and PlayStation. PC does not have this option. But find your recent players, find people who have the join option in their profile, and then leave the world, swap your characters, and find them again in your recent tab. Cross your fingers, pray to Todd, and hope that they're still in that public server and that they either didn't leave while you left and joined a new one or just got off for the day. Now, I also recommend, if using this method, to find multiple people, because if you only choose one and you're very unfortunate and they end up getting off, well, you just lost all your items. But we were lucky enough to find that the person that we joined off of was still in the server, so we did grab our items again. Now, last but not least, another sketchy method, and that's by using your friends. So what you want to do is you want to find friends that are online, and again, use at your own risk. Join them, and then you can drop whatever it is that you're trying to transfer. For this case, we're going to be dropping a tattered mole head, and what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be leaving the server. I'm going to switch characters, and then find them on my friends list, hope that they are still in the same server, and then join them. Now, if you're friends with them on Discord, if you're on PC, friends with them on Steam if you're on PC, or if you're friends with them on Xbox or PlayStation, be sure to message your friends or the people that you're going to be using to transfer with, so they know that you're doing it, so they don't leave the server and you kind of just screw yourself. So make sure that they know. But in this case, I didn't do that, but it's okay. It worked out. So we joined back into the server, and there it is. There you have it. And we were able to transfer. And there you have it, folks. That's how to transfer in Fallout 76. It is a grand old time. Yeah. Anyway, hope you guys found the information useful. As always, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. And as always, happy hunting, good luck, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.